I ran a report of all our leads in our painting company. We discounted to get the work because we needed to fill the calendar. 712 leads. We discounted 123 of them. The result, we got fighters today. Let's dig in. Many contractors are getting their keisters kicked. You know what a keister is, Logan? Never heard the word keister? It's another word for ass. Many contractors are getting their keisters kicked in the money department, in part because they're buying into some lies that are out there about pricing their work. And I'm going to talk about those 5. Number 1, BS, myth, lie, whatever, that people will tell you is that estimating is an exact science and there's no room for unexpected costs. Okay? Listen, we are not working in a factory in most cases if you're a contractor, unless you're in like a cabinet factory or something. But get the point here. Most contractors are not making widgets in a controlled environment. And what you need to understand is that estimating is part art and part science. The truth here is you need to always include a buffer for unforeseen issues, or the PETA factor. Do you know what the PETA factor means? Pain in the ass. He got it. Guys, you got to make sure you're projected, at the very least, to have an honest conversation with your prospect, with your client. When you sell the job, that occasionally things come up. They just want to know. Most people just want to know. What they can't handle is a surprise. And when something comes up that is outside the normal scope of work that you guys agreed upon, you open up a wall or something and there's an issue. I got attacked by bees once when I was patching a wall. And it was inside the house, by the way, my friends. Yeah, I was patching drywall and my scraper went through the drywall because it was really brittle, because on the other side, these bees had like a nest and they all swarmed into me. That was a badass day. As I've shared here before, if it takes X amount of time to hang a door, that's the science part of it. Like if you give 3 hours to hang a door, whatever your time is, but now you put that door in a 40 feet up in the air, and I'm not sure why you would do that, but you get the point. It takes more. That's where the art comes in. Painting a piece of drywall this big takes like a half a minute, but when you put it 40 feet in the air up on a gable on a house or something, now it's a half-day project because of safety. So there's things that change this. Guys, estimating is part art and part science. Make sure that you account for that. Have those conversations with your prospects and your clients. Don't surprise them. Number 2. Oh, that got in here. Clients will pay a premium for our reputation. I hear that a lot. A great reputation helps, which is why we talk about building a brand here in the Contractor Fight. However, there's many expensive companies that have great reputations that do shit work. Just because you're paying more money as a consumer, just because you're charging more as a contractor, doesn't mean you're delivering a better quality experience and quality work. And then just having a great reputation. Number 3, lowballing bids guarantees winning contracts and clients. I've heard this all the time. You got to be low priced. I'm going to discount my work. That's really what I should say here. The myth is that it's running out of oxygen. The myth is that if I discount my work, I'm going to guarantee myself getting more jobs. And a lot of y'all might be tempted to do that when the phone gets a little slow, business is slow, leads are down. Discounting is never a guarantee that you're going to get more work. And now it's key to understand here, guys, you're not Walmart. It actually takes you a lot of expenses to produce the thing that you do. You're not one of these retail stores that can run a discount and clear out inventory. You actually are doing the same work that you would do if you didn't offer the discount. So the only person you're hurting here is yourself. In 2007, I ran a report of all our leads in our painting company, and we brought in I'm looking at my data here. We brought in 712 leads. 17% of those, which is 123 leads, we discounted to get the work because we needed to fill the calendar. We discounted the bids. You guys tracking with me here? I'll give you a minute. Catch up. All right, good. 712 leads. We discounted 123 of them. The result, we got 11 of those jobs. 9% turned into a sale. We highly discounted and only had a conversion rate of 9%, 11 out of 123 jobs. The average gross profit on those jobs was under, I hate saying it, 30%. Guys, the real cost was the 123 times I applied my best mental energy to people that were never going to buy from me. All the revisions I was doing, playing the discounting game, all this garbage that I know many of you are doing, and you're only stealing from yourself, you're stealing from your families, because those people, they're buying for different reasons than you probably want to sell for. Work on your sales process, stick to your guns. You're going to be better off in the end. Number 4, you need to pay attention to the going rate. Oh my Lord. Let's just get this out of the way. It is true that the market will only bear so much as far as prices go. I could be the high-end pen company in the world. Maybe this pen is like $1. Normally, that's the going rate. And you have a pen that's better or marketed better in some way. And maybe it's $1.75 or $3 or something. I'm not going to come along and pay $20, $100 or whatever for this pen. You understand that, right? People are only going to pay so much for a paint job or for a kitchen remodel or whatever it is. Doesn't mean that you should be consumed by the going rate like so many of you are. Most contractors, most of you watching this, you don't know your numbers. So why the hell would any of us pay attention to the going rate when over 90% of contractors don't know how to price their work? It's the blind leading the blind. Yet so many contractors are consumed with, I got to be competitive with what the going rate is. Charge what you need to charge based upon what your numbers tell you and what the value is that you bring to the people that are hiring you. That's how you set your prices. You base it upon what are the needs of my business based on the goals I have for my life, where I want to take this thing. Most don't know their numbers, so quit paying attention to the going rate. And you know what? I'm going to take a risk and say, I'm going to put a little link right here. It's like one of those little card things that you can get our 50% gross profit sheet to make sure you never underbid a job again. Get it. Myth number 5, lie number 5. Man, I've hosed myself on this one several times when my huevos rancheros used to be really small. So, do you know what huevos rancheros are? Okay, he's just nodding yes at this point. So, once an estimate is given, there's no room for negotiation or adjustments. I used to think that. Well, I put it on paper. This is where a lot of contractors kill themselves. I have stolen tens of thousands of dollars from myself and my family early on in my painting career and other businesses I had because I didn't understand that I was, this is ridiculous, dummy alert. If the scope changes or the timing changes or other conditions change, I can actually have a conversation around that. But a lot of us as contractors, we're too concerned with ticking people off. We want to be easy to work with. We want to be the nice guy. And then they change the scope and we keep it the same price when they added more to the thing. Or when they remove stuff, the price should go down. If it should go down. The truth here with this whole thing is everything's negotiable. It's only locked in when you have an exact scope of work that you have both agreed upon, as well as the time frame and all the site conditions of doing the work. That's how you bid the job, right? So that's what needs to be honored. And if anything falls outside of those things, you need to call a timeout. You have every right to call a timeout and go, hey, listen, Sam, I'm super excited to do this project for you. Based on the agreement that we came up with, we were doing this, this, and this. And here was the time frame that we were going to do it because I had, availability. Now I don't, because you've changed the schedule on me. We need to have a different conversation. And if you still need it done by your deadline, I'm going to have to pull some overtime with the crews over the weekend, whatever it might be, and it's going to cost this much more money. You are fighting for what's right. Don't cave. If the scope changes, have a process for change orders. Be clear with your prospect that anything changes, scope, timing, site conditions, the rapture, I don't care what it is, you're going to be calling a timeout to discuss how it affects the original price. Don't hose yourself. So guys, listen, dial in your pricing and you'll win more immediately. Don't buy into these BS myths. If you have other questions or thoughts, drop them below in the comments. I'd love to hear them. Make sure you get our 50% gross profit pricing guide so that you never underbid a job again. You guys rock. I got to roll. I'm out.